UFC fighter Conor McGregor has gone through a massive transformation, and fans can't get over his new look. In this video, we'll explore how Conor McGregor achieved these incredible results in such a short amount of time, so stay tuned. Up first, Conor McGregor's bodily makeover has captivated UFC fans. Even his training partner has been taken aback by the UFC's star's massive new frame. Since fracturing his leg against Dustin Poirier in July, the Irishman's days have been consumed by healing and rehabilitation. According to The Sun, McGregor has steadily increased the intensity of his training sessions, but most of his early process was strength training because he was limited to what he could do while nursing the fractured leg. It's no secret that professional athletes have to live lives unlike any other. But wow! Conor consumes 6 meals a day, the majority of which consist of chicken, fish, steak, and eggs. The fighter's favorite dish, no surprise, is Irish lamb stew with potatoes, followed by a chocolate shake with organic tea. It meant McGregor gained weight and stated at one time he weighed as much as 86 kilograms, 15 kilograms more than when he weighed in for his fight versus Poirier 6 months ago. And based on a recent Instagram image, the former UFC two-weight champion has maintained his muscular bulk. Cowley wasn't the only one, as one fan speculated, heavyweight champ next? Heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou stands no chance, wrote another fan. Poirier, on the other hand, isn't really impressed. In a recent interview with the renowned Michael Bisping, he was eager to mock his old adversary. He was speaking about McGregor rather than his flaws after losing to Charles Oliveira at UFC 269. He stated, "I did see a picture. He does look a little puffy, man. He might want to slow down on the Black Forge, whatever he's got going on." Personal trainer Alejandro Keldrin explained McGregor's techniques to Spanish news sites AS. One of the significant conclusions is that volume is more essential than frequency, and the priority is hypertrophy training, which focuses on growing muscle growth. Eating 6 meals a day, heavy weight training, and now weighing in at 190 pounds. Wow! It's no wonder that McGregor has undergone this insane transformation in such a short time. When he is healed and able to fight in the octagon again, McGregor is surely going to be a force of nature. Now in other UFC news, Miesha Tate, the former UFC women's bantamweight champion, is shifting weight classes. Tate will face recent flyweight champion challenger Lauren Murphy in a UFC event on May 14th, according to MMA Fighting. This bout was originally scheduled for UFC 273 in April. However, it was pushed back due to a scheduling problem. Tate, 19-8, returned to the octagon after a 5-year hiatus, defeating Marion Reneau by 3rd round TKO at UFC Vegas 31 in July. She later headlined UFC Vegas 43 in November, when she was beaten by Ketlin Vieira in a 5-round unanimous decision. She earned UFC gold in the 2016 with a stunning submission of Holly Holm at UFC 196 before losing the championship to Amanda Nunes at UFC 200. Tate retired following a decision loss to Raquel Pennington, but she's returned and is just months away from making her flyweight debut. Murphy, 15-5, faced Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 266 in September. Losing by 4th round TKO in her first career knockout defeat, Murphy won 5 straight fights leading up to her championship attempt, including decisions over Andrea Lee, Roxanne Modafferi, and Joanne Calderwood. Murphy had fought at 145 and 135 pounds before moving to flyweight for season 26 of The Ultimate Fighter in 2017. And there's little denying she's had her most success in the UFC at 125 pounds. There are no more fights scheduled for the May 14th program. Did you know that Ngannou is making a cinematic debut? For any doubters who want to take a case for the family jewels, the psychos behind the new Jackass film, Jackass Forever, have already put Ngannou to the test. Yes, the same UFC heavyweight champion who established a power record in the organization's performance center. It's not as if we didn't see this coming. Francis Ngannou's appearance in Jackass 4 has been making headlines since word of his involvement in the long-running series of prank and stunt films first broke last July. Ngannou, it appears, was picked for his monstrous punching ability to deliver a full-on groin-destroying hit to the balls of one of the film's cast members. Even without seeing the stunt in reality, former middleweight champion Michael Bisping struggled to comprehend the craziness of signing up for something like this. "This is ludicrous. This is crazy," Bisping stated on his podcast, Believe You Me. "You have to watch the trailer to believe it." Next up, Mark Hunt feels he has been blacklisted. This former UFC interim heavyweight champion contender has not competed in MMA since his UFC contract was terminated in late 2018 following a unanimous decision loss to Justin Willis. The defeat ended a 1-3, 1-C streak that began with a, since overturned, loss to Brock Lesnar at UFC 200. To hear the 47-year-old tell it, his MMA career appeared to be coming to an end. Hunt stated on the MMA Hour he's done fighting, and that he thinks he lost a passion a long time ago when he filed the lawsuit against the UFC. Hunt sued the UFC in 2017. In it, the Super Samoan claimed that the UFC was aware of Brock Lesnar's use of prohibited drug before the two heavyweights went into the octagon at UFC 200. Lesnar won the fight by unanimous decision, but the result was reversed to a no contest after USADA revealed that Lesnar had tested positive for the prohibited chemical clomiphene during a pre-fight drug test. Lesnar also tested positive for the same drug in tests taken after the bout with Hunt. It's been the fighter's longest battle. In February 2019, the majority of Hunt's lawsuits was dismissed in Nevada court. In November of the same year, the last accusation of breach of the implied duty of good faith and fair dealing was dropped. Hunt was handed another setback earlier this month when he was ordered to pay the UFC $388,235 in attorney fees and charges in March of 2020. Hunt, on the other hand, has challenged the rejection of his complaint, resurrecting his charges of fraud and violence. Notably, it appears that the appellate court disagreed with the first judge's conclusion that fighters consent to competing against doping opponents as a part of the accepted culture in combat sports. Even though Hunt's legal struggle is still ongoing, it appears that he believes it has already sealed his fate in MMA. The former K1 World Grand Prix winner told Ariel Helwani, his sense of humor intact, that the litigation had essentially blackballed him from the sport. "Why wouldn't you hire someone as good as me? I mean, such a good-looking guy, such a great fighter. Why wouldn't you hire someone like me? I think I got blacklisted, to be honest. I couldn't get a match anywhere," Hunt explained. Tyson Fury has called for a fight with Francis Ngannou. The worlds of MMA and boxing continue to clash, with two of each sport's biggest and most well-known heavyweight athletes calling each other out. On Thursday morning, current heavyweight lineal and WBC boxing champion Tyson Fury asked for a battle against UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, who is set to defend his title at UFC 270 later this month. The original call-out from Tyson sparked a back and forth between the two champions. Just weeks before Ngannou faced former colleague Cyril Gane in a heavyweight title bout at UFC 270, Ngannou first reacted to Fury's request for a boxing match by offering to fight him under MMA regulations using boxing gloves rather than 4-ounce MMA gloves. After receiving Ngannou's counteroffer, Fury took aim at Ngannou's prior statement in which he stated that he could defeat both Fury and former champion Deontay Wilder in a boxing bout. Tyson Fury responded by saying it would be the greatest paycheck in Ngannou's career. In his last reaction to Fury, Francis Ngannou stated that once he completed his business at UFC 270, he would be open to conducting business under whatever rule is set that was agreed upon, adding that he'd fight him anywhere, including a phone booth if necessary. That we'd like to see. Lastly, Sean O'Malley isn't happy with Dana White on the PPV price increase. Sean O'Malley believes the PPV price hike is a bad idea. The UFC just stated that they would raise the cost of ordering a pay-per-view event in the new year. Prices will rise from $69.99 to $74.99, starting with UFC 270 on January 22nd. This revelation has come as no surprise to admirers. Some sportsmen are now feeling the brunt of the resentment. Sean O'Malley is among those who oppose the price increase. Dana White raises pay-per-view by $5. O'Malley noted in a recent podcast session via BJ a pen. What the hell are we doing here, Dana? For some time now, the UFC has consistently released more than 10 PPV events every year. However, there has been an increase in the number of people who are watching these events illegally. O'Malley believes that the price increase will just increase the quantity of unauthorized streaming. Also, when asked if he felt the raise would be reflected in fighters' pay, O'Malley was unsure. He mentioned that, not speaking from experience, it's just so easy for the fights to be hacked and streamed online. But what UFC needs is someone to catch them just before the good stuff. Well, Conor McGregor certainly has made sure that he is still in the UFC eye as he continues on through recovery. We're excited to see him fight again once he is healed. Thank you for watching.